You count the medals. 1, 2, and 3. Life goes on, and it goes. Coming up, bows. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Rider Time Archive here on the Morphin Network. Mike and Steve back at it again, like Akira and Goto. But you wouldn't know that because Akira hasn't been introduced yet.
Who's that?
I don't know. It's some guy who looks like he should play Oda Nobunaga in a historical film.
Oh, you mean that guy? That guy, the guy that kind of sounds like he should be cast in a remake of a certain popular manga that a bunch of new types, and by that I mean a bunch of newbies, are saying is the most manliest of manliest characters that isn't Goku.
Yes.
That his sword is just a big slab of metal.
Oh my god, are we talking about talking about Berserk?
Yeah.
It's gonna be Guts.
He is.
What? It's Ankh gonna be Griffith or something?
No, Ankh is is the main character. Or no, Akira is the main character. He voiced it.
Yeah, Guts. But like, who's Griffith?
No, is he?
It'd be funny though.
No, he's Guts. I saw it on IMDb.
No, I mean Akira is Guts. I get that part.
Yeah.
But who should be Griffith?
I don't know. I haven't seen Berserk since the original OVAs, like back in the day. I wasn't on the hype train of like everyone about, oh my god, Berserk, oh my god, like, you know, I'm like, when y'all were reading Berserk, I was reading Gantsu.
Mm-hmm.
And would not recommend for younger audiences.
Nope.
If you know, you know. But yes, our boy Akira Date, who is not here yet, is the voice of Gutsu. So, Anyway, how is everyone today? Do you all feel it? Is it just me? There's just like a little bit of sluggishness in the air, I think. Like, I don't know what. I just want to lay down and just be like my cat and just lay down and just not do anything.
Yeah, like me, I feel the same way. But alas, errands had to have been done, and errands shall remain done.
Oh, my God. I don't know. It's also the stiff neck, too, but we must.
Yep.
So a couple people have reached out and asking questions. No, I don't have the cell medals, the actual not candy toy cell medals. I actually did find them though. So that's in my shopping cart.
Yep.
Will I show them? If it comes in time for one of these review episodes,
yeah.
But I'll also post them on Insta.
Like I said before, like when I tried to do Akira Date cosplay and I could not get cell medals for the life of me, you know what I did? I saved up over 108 Snapple bottle caps.
I only had there is a photo of me cosplaying as Akira Date at a convention famously. And luckily the thing that blew everyone's mind was I actually had a milk tank.
Yeah, like that's the part I was struggling with because like I just did not have
it just happened that it's not what you know, it's who you know, and apparently I did know someone who had one, but then later on when I returned it, I found out that they had an even bigger one, like almost one that was show accurate. And I was like, why didn't you tell me about this one? It's like, but then again, I was like, well, I was kind of struggling holding that damn thing all day, even though there was nothing in it.
Yep.
But still, I had the cell medals in my pocket and whatnot, and luckily there was an O's running around, so we did like the guy rendition of Two Broke Girls, except it's two broke guys.
Yeah. You know what's funny is that I remember hosting a tokusatsu gathering back in ALA for 2 years. And I remember like and I was dressed up as Akira Date. You know, there's me and an Eiji Hino cosplayer and an old friend of mine, Andrew, cosplaying as we're not gonna spoil too much about that particular costume, but this is
I don't know what that is.
But this is a particularly favorite photograph I took from that convention.
Oh yeah, no, I remember that one. But at the same time, I love how people were saying like it was Mega Man or something.
No.
Yeah, no, that people were, and again, like I said, and I've said it before, I'll say it again. Toko is a very niche thing. So, is it surprise? No, it's not surprising that people don't know a Kamen Rider, especially Ols, because by the time this photo was taken, Ols was not even. It was more of a memory than it was.
Yeah, because those photos are from 2016.
Yeah, 5 years after, so that would be
the conservative 5 years, liberal 6 years.
Ghost or X-Aid?
Yeah, it was Ghost. No, X-Aid was already airing because I definitely remember that one of my other friends was actually cosplaying as the second rider that year. I don't know if I have a photo of it right here.
Some girl was asking, why are there so many doctors? Is like, what was that? What is like that? Is that game Medical Trauma like really super popular? And I'm like, that's actually a good guess, but no.
Yeah.
That's actually a very good guess, but no. That was in the Wii days. Imagine them bringing back Medic Trauma.
Yeah. But yes, today we're here to discuss episodes 7 through 12 of Kamen Rider OOO. Yes. And now that you've seen episode 7, you kind of understand why we stopped at 6 instead of 4 last week.
Well, again, some people also wrote to me saying how they felt like, thank you for wrapping that up, because if you guys did the 5, then that would
or 4.
5 or 4, then we would have been left on a cliffhanger or something. I'm like, but either or, it's like it made sense, and obviously it made sense because it leaves you wanting more.
Yeah, obviously,
because now it's like you know who Eiji is, you know who Hina is, you know who Ankh is, and also not so much of the organization.
It's like you're still left guessing, like, is Kogami a good guy or a bad guy? Because
Kogami knows. He knows.
He knows a little too much.
He knows.
And you have to, and even like his personal theme song is so menacing, like,
Kogami knows. He knows. And I even, well, of course I know. But the thing is that I actually have, in my research of looking up what they've introduced with O's since its original airing, it's quite interesting that there are some novels and like specials that came out that kind of like, okay, I'm so glad that we did not know this when the show was going on, because I was like, wow, really? But then again, how canon are these stories?
Some more or less than others.
Some of them do not, especially like with certain characters in the show. They're like, wait, what? But
yeah, because I remember there was like a novel of Kamen Rider Ryuki where it takes place in an alternate timeline, and in that timeline, you had things like Ren having an affair with what's her name, Odin's sister, while what's his name? My favorite character, who happens to not be a writer, has his mouth sewn shut with golden threads for whatever reason. Those are the only 2 details I actually remember. Because I'm like, this is so ridiculous, I don't even want to read this.
Well, no, that's even the same thing with this, because this came out like at least a couple years after the show had ended. I'm like, while this is an interesting story, I mean, I can kind of see it fitting in, but at the same time, it's like, not so much, especially with everything that we know via our guests and our viewers right now, first timers watching this, and even for us who have watched the series completely, I'm like, yeah, that. Thank you for being an afterthought, you know. But
yeah,
but hey, so as always, we got medals.
yep,
We have the 3. We've gotten a few more.
Yep.
We've gotten a few more. Oh, that's right. I did promise that, didn't I? Where is it?
Yep. Oh, here's my medal case. I was like worried, like, did I put it somewhere else?
No, like some people also said, like, yeah, we're waiting for you. I know, and I'm trying to get my hands on it. Obviously, it's like it's almost impossible to find batteries nowadays.
Yeah. Yeah, the batteries for me are like they're either dead or they leaked to the point that even replacing them won't bring my belt back to life. Granted, the scanners where the electronics are, but still.
Yeah, no, it's I know.
Yeah.
All right, locked in. Cool.
Yeah. What's really cool is that in this batch of 6 episodes, we get 2 brand new combos.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like every 3 episodes we get a new combo, more or less. But no, it's like, but it shouldn't be too surprising that we do like batches of 6 episodes in a next 10 era season, because we've done that for most of build.
That is true.
Yeah.
It's going.
Yeah, there it is. Wow, boop, boop, boop.
I don't want it to sound too choppy, you know?
Yeah.
Was the sound coming in all right?
I don't think I'm not hearing it on your end, but it's okay. It's one of those things where it's like you have to like hold it really close.
I know, that's what sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, no, it's cool that we just have it at all. I remember making a lot of jokes that like about like these being like 24 power coins from another dimension, where to the point where like as a joke, I took a photo of the Tyranno core medal inside my Tommy Oliver morpher. Yeah, I mean obviously it's too small to fit, but hey, the sentiment is still there. Yeah. Yeah, but you know what's really weird? Where did Ankh get a tablet, and where did he get an app that lets him keep track of how many medals each person has?
Well, remember, he talked to Kogami like in an earlier episode, right?
Yeah, about striking a deal about like giving him 70% of his medals.
Yeah.
With an advance payment of 100.
Yeah, so Kogami's a loan shark.
Yeah. Yeah, don't mess with Kogami.
Yeah.
You know, let them eat cake, he says, just like Marie Antoinette.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's right. I have them right here. Stupid man. Okay, so let's get into it then. Let's see what Shu Watanabe and Rio and Ryosuke are up to in this episode.
Oh yeah. So basically, you know what I love about the whole season being mostly 2-parters is that we could just summarize every 2 episodes as just one complete story. You know, so it's more or less we're basically talking about 3 episodes as opposed to 6, which is great because otherwise we'd be here for a while. I'm looking at you, Ichigo.
It's just nice to just kind of go get to it at times and not just that was the problem with Ichigo, is that even if you missed like 1 minute, you're kind of like, wait, were we not in the building? Why are we outside now?
Yep.
Like, what happened? At least here, it's like when they end the story, it's ended, and then they pick it up again.
Yep.
So,
Yeah. And so we have a ninja themed restaurant this week. They've done pirate theme, they've done an Indian theme. This week it's a ninja themed restaurant.
Why? Because ninjas are cool, that's why.
Because ninjas. Because only a ninja can defeat a ninja. Ninja. And in case you had any concerns, yes, Homegirl does clear things up. We have Samurai too. And then out comes AG wearing like a top knot and a katana.
Well, it was more on the theme of feudal Japan. God knows why,
Yeah. So the other greed, meaning Uva, Kazuri, and Mezul are discussing what their next course of action is going to be, and they seem to be a little distracted about how Gamel's basically a baby.
Well, that's the thing that even some people have asked me. It's like, because some people have asked, like, so what's the deal with that one? And I'm like, first timers, you don't know Gamel. Gamel's he's a good boy. Yeah. Let's just say it that way. He's a good boy. That's all I can say about Gamel, because
yes. And by the way, Gamel's actor was the driving instructor from Dawn Brothers.
Yeah, Gamel. It kind of makes you wonder. Okay, so we have the schemer, which is Kazuri.
Mm-hmm.
We have Uva, who is kind of straightforward, seems loyal, but it also kind of strong-headed, kind of angry.
Mm-hmm.
Mizuzul, who is just the girl, basically. That's all.
And so what's Gamel supposed to be? I'm Scottish.
Gamel is just Gamel. I mean, I don't know, because I guess they go into the trope of him being like, I guess the muscle, the brute, because of like what he is. It's like, oh, me no smart. That's kind of the thing with him. Like, he played football without a helmet, didn't he?
Yeah.
Because again, we see Gamel just sitting there eating, like just whatever, watching people, and not really like the rest of them. This is actually a first where we see a greed take a cell metal and then just
pop it into himself.
So you're telling me that the greeds can also produce Yami? It's not just people. I thought you needed the people to do that.
Yeah,
but apparently not. I'm like, well, okay. And
it's kind of interesting because this finishes setting up like how the 4 different greeds are unique from one another, because Uva makes other people produce a yummy that eats their desires. Then you have Kazuri, who has the host incubate their yummy until they get absorbed into them.
Parasitic. Maybe that the cat does that.
Yeah, Mezul has her yummies basically incubate as a brood while the host just like indulges into their own interests. But Gamel, his thing is he becomes his own host.
Yeah, he just, that's it. Like, he's kind of, it's slow and steady, I guess, because what he produces is it's a greed, but it's already a fully formed greed. Mm-hmm. It's not a yummy. It's already a greed.
Yummy. It's a fully formed Yummy. These are the 4 main villains.
It's a buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, it too is also quite special at the same time. Why did Gommel do it? I guess it's just to, I don't know. I guess he was bored.
That's basically it. He likes to people watch just so that he could see if like anyone has behaviors that like interest him. And in particular, he notices this guy who is addicted to lotto scratchers, worse than Apuna Hasapima Pedalon. And
he merely sold them.
Yeah.
He merely sold them. There are people, and don't get me wrong, I do, but I go for the higher stake ones because those are the ones that produce a little bit more, you know?
Yeah. Well, no, Apu was legit addicted to his own scratchers.
But again, it's like, the episode title is A Lousy Husband, a Trap, and a Jackpot. Which does that not sound like a weekend in Vegas?
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Oh man, if you if you really carefully think about those 3 words, man, it gets even funnier. But yeah, no, it's like, and like you even have the wife who like throws a shoe at him harder than Akiko from W, and we'll get to that when we get to that season. And one of the shoes ricochets onto Gommel. It's like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, which again, I was kind of wondering if the wife or the husband was going to be, into a Yemi, like what? No. But yeah, so the woman is named Momoko. And her husband, I guess, doesn't have a name because Takashi.
Yep.
How many Takashis do we have? Okay, fine. But okay, so apparently, guy is obsessed with money, obsessed with scratch lottery tickets, which the chances of winning something are pretty good, but again, to hit the jackpot,
good grief.
Any gamble is a risk, honestly. I'm not saying don't do with your money what you will, but to say that you're gonna hit it big, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, you're gonna probably lose you're gonna lose like 999,999 times before you win $1 million.
I honestly say if I spend like $100 and I don't make that back in anything, then I'm done. I'm walking away. Whether it be scratchers, lottos, whatever. If I put it on the line and I lose it all, at least I had it in my mind that okay, I was gonna I did that for that purpose. I'm not going back and getting more now.
Yeah.
But yeah, apparently this guy is super obsessed with getting rich. He's he's a schemer apparently, or he looks like a schemer, Mm-hmm. Why is he trying so hard to get rich? Is he in debt? Is he poor? Is there like something that his wife, like a sickness that he or she is not aware of, that they need the $1 million?
Yes, all the reasons to make Squid Game.
Yeah.
And yet no, it's just for the thrill of winning.
The man is an adrenaline junkie. You could throw yourself off a plane.
Yeah, that's ironically cheaper.
Yeah. Like if you're trying to get a thrill, I mean, there's plenty of other ways other than blowing all your money. I mean, scratch lottery tickets. I mean, why don't you just play Russian roulette in some dingy back alley in Hong Kong? That'll get you going.
Or Seoul.
Yeah. Oh, Seoul. Don't even think Seoul. Ooh. But yeah, so apparently it's that classic, my husband's a bum and the wife is trying to beat some common sense into him, even so much that she chases her husband to the restaurant where Hina and Chayako are, but because apparently she's friends with Chayako.
Mm-hmm.
Although why this has to be a thing, I don't really know.
And what a crazy coincidence. This dude was the one who made a lot of those photographs, including that photograph of Chiyoko that has AG in the background. So what are the odds?
So he's a photographer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so was not being out in war-torn countries and filming dangerous animals like not getting you off, good sir? I mean, I would imagine you being an action photographer, that's actually a thrill right there. But apparently not. No, who needs to see dangerous animals in war? I get my rocks off by scratch lotto tickets.
That's frustrating when you think about it.
That is so stupid, 100%. I'm like, if he was an adrenaline junkie, I could understand. Like, but you had an exciting life, but you know, he even said in this episode that he kind of got bored of it. He kind of got tired of it. So you're telling me you're one of those, sir. You're one of those. Even if you do happen to get the $1 million, once you do, and this is probably the highest that the card will pay out, then what?
What do you plan on doing? Yeah. Because let me tell you, like someone has asked me, what would you do if you had $1 million? I'm like, I wouldn't even know what to do if I had more than $100,000.
First off, I would want to know, like, you know, well, I don't know, only $1 million? Is that it? Only $1 million? Mm-hmm. It's sad to say it. I'm almost like, what the fuck are you talking about? Only $1 million? I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. I would try to hopefully get another $1 million or $2 million because, you know, things be as they are.
Yeah.
But yeah, I this is like when you look at this episode and you kind of look at him like, you know what, maybe it was right that Gommel didn't make a greed from these people because they're not greedy, technically.
Yeah.
They're
just bored.
Yeah, they're
just like him.
Because again, even though, you know, Gommel and his little yak buddy are running around and whatever, that's really not the focus of this episode. It's more about the lines of like, again, AG, the guy actually gets a winning lotto ticket that's worth 1 million yen.
Mm-hmm.
And in America, well, let's not go in American currency because that doesn't count. But 1 million yen, okay. I'm like, again, do you guys need the money? Are you guys hard? I mean, apparently we find out that he's been pawning and selling stuff, which I'm like, wow, you are really, really stupid. Mm-hmm. And it's like he shows his wife, and it's like his wife doesn't care. She doesn't care about the 1 million yen. She doesn't care. She's frustrated that he has and that he won, and decides to throw 1 million yen in the river.
Yeah, you know, I would have been under the impression that they would be in debt for no other reason because he spent so much money just on those scratchers. And you'd think finally getting $1 million, or rather 1 million yen, sorry about that, habit. You'd think this would be like a way for you to pay off whatever debts you've brought yourself into just for like doing that. But no, it's not enough.
No, that's the thing. I'm like, this isn't greed, it's stupidity because there really is no reason for you to do this. Mm-hmm. Why did you pawn your camera and your livelihood? I mean, it's one thing when someone's like, okay, you're in desperate need, you know, and obviously sacrifices must be made, but you're just doing it to get a thrill and a small little one that it is. Like, did you not realize that you were sacrificing your wife and your happiness? I mean, look at this guy. He looks like a bum.
Mm-hmm.
He looks so disheveled. Are we watching the Kamen Rider series, or are we watching All of Our Children? I don't know. That's what it felt like. Because, yeah, while Eiji tries to help the guy get his ticket out of the river, again, we have this whole thing with Gommel and his yak buddy. Again, it sounds like a soap opera. Just wandering around and I'm guessing playing magnetic forces with people.
Yep. Oh yeah, they almost lost that lotto ticket because of that Yummy.
Yeah, because I guess they did find it, but then they lost it in the Yami again. Just but then we have some wonderful little fireside chats with Eiji and the guy about like life in general and trying to preserve fresh underwear by a campfire. Only for like again.
And Goto delivers the lion medal.
Yeah. But remember, Goto got into a fight with Kogami because he told Kogami, "What are we doing? I don't think this is right of what we're doing." And he's just shut up and deliver the box deliver. And he's like, "Sure, whatever." Jack.
You're a delivery boy, Philip J. Fry.
Yeah, no, pretty much. Even though it's like I'm not a delivery boy. Yeah, you are, Goto. Yes,
you're helping save the world by delivering this medal.
And again, it's like it's a cake, but I'm like, wait, what the hell are we gonna? Is the cake a bomb? Is there like something inside the cake? No, just
is like the cake a lie?
Just like sometimes when they've advertised this, when a special birthday cake, and it is a big deal in Japan. And sometimes at this time, they would actually make the cake and then they would deliver it and they would give you a special core medal.
Yeah.
And thus, that's what happened here because Goto decides to shove his face in it. And we find out that, it's a core medal. It's Kazuki's core medal. It is the lion head core medal.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Why does Goto, and more so, why does the company have it?
Mm-hmm.
What? Are you kidding me? But yes, Eiji decides to do the whole transformation. And, who knew that lions shine brighter than the sun?
Yeah.
Mike, your camera's gone low.
Yep. Apparently, certain other people in this household are very greedy.
Yeah. So of course Eiji takes the medal, does the whole thing as always.
Mm-hmm. Yep. But what's her name still throws the lotto ticket into the river, and that's where we move on to the next episode.
What the hell? Because again, the lion apparently is enough to blind Gommel and the bison. That they're like that they're just like again they go running because oh my god the light, they run away like two nerds in a basement playing D&D.
No, playing World of Warcraft.
Oh no I got one. Warhammer.
Yeah.
No disrespect to fellow nerds out there. Why do you have the Tesseract?
Because
dude.
You gotta shine the light on the situation.
Anyway, so we have a very touching moment by the river grilling our undies. And it kind of makes you think like, really? This is what made you realize that what you're doing is stupid?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, like being out and being a photographer in the wild, in native lands, that was not exciting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what? Were you dropped on your head? But anyway, I'm guessing that was enough to just bury the hatchet because apparently wife and husband get back together and it's very cute. Yeah. She even gives him back his camera that he pawned.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, That's so sweet. That's so sweet. AG, you do know that there's a bison outside. Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. Meanwhile, in our B plot, which we did not cover at all for these 2 episodes, Ankh gets reads a blog post about someone finding a mysterious green coin. So he looks for a guy. He sees a guy who looks weirdly like Malcolm from Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. It's like, hey, are you the guy who saw the medal? It's like, oh, you don't recognize me, do you? What do you mean? It was me, Killer Conch.
Who was it?
Yeah, it was Uva. It was Uva the whole time.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah. See, this is how BS this whole thing is. Like, I totally forgot that Ankh got his ass kicked by Ben 10. For some reason. Yeah, for some reason. And also Ankh, because he remembers the whole like, I'll throw it, I'll drop it in the river, I'll make it like he just apparently is like, yeah, I'm gonna call AG to help me. And it's like, no, because if I do it and he sees me this way, I'm like, Ankh, sweet, sweet summer bird. Swallow your pride and call your man, because you got beaten up by a grasshopper. No disrespect, but you got beaten up.
Yeah, it's like imagine getting imagine like having a Pidgeotto getting its butt kicked by a Caterpie.
Which technically that has happened.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, yeah, Ankh is just like, again, he's there for like a day and a night. Just like, oh, what do I do? Call him. What do you mean? What do you do?
Yeah.
But it's like, no, I can't. I'm like, girl, please. You are just so sad. You are really, really so sad in this episode.
Well, see, I totally understand why they wrote this in, because one, you have to establish that, yes, while we're trying to gain medals, there'll also be instances where we lose medals. But the reason why we specifically want Uva to sabotage Ankh instead of, I don't know, Mezul or Gamel. Well, Gamel's too stupid. But like, why Uva instead of Mezul? Because it's the simplest reason of all. We want to give an excuse to get rid of the the Kuwagata medal, because without the Kuwagata medal, he can't become Gatakiriba, because then you'd be asking, well, if this greed is giving Eiichi such a hard time, why doesn't he just turn into Gatakiriba and just like make an army? Like freaking Operation Overdrive. Like you're rich, buy an army. Well, now you know why. Well, in universe, why? Because he lost the medal to do that.
Well, that, and how much did it cost to get that many?
Well, that's the behind the scenes reason. We'll get to that in 2 weeks.
Again, it all boils down to that, people. But again, I know I didn't do it, but we'll do it right now. Yeah, these little things.
Yep.
Yeah, say goodbye to them, because it's a thing that happens.
Yeah. So it's weird that the lion one is a little bit more orange than the other two.
Well, it's orange, yellow, and it's more of a dandelion color when it comes to the cheetah. So
yeah.
So we had that little plot going on. AG winds up. The couple, as I said, the couple gets back together. The bison's outside. They wind up fighting.
Yeah, he defeats the bison using Lion Kamakiri Bata, so that he could use his solar flare and then flash a picture of Kogami in a bikini. I'm just kidding. That's a Team 4-star joke. But yeah, it's like, yeah. But then he defeats the monster, and of course, Ankh has to add an added entry to his Count the Medals app, because Kogami has a mystery number of medals. So at the end of the day, we have to figure out what is Kogami's agenda.
We are a secret club because of our agenda. It is a dark agenda. It is an agenda some other clubs may not agree with.
Yeah, no, very much so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what is Kogami? What in fact was he doing? Because again, as we all know, he had it in storage. He had the tomb. He's had core medals since. Where did he get these core medals?
Mm-hmm. And how did he get? Yeah, especially since presumably all the core medals were, inside the box.
They're inside the box that were pretty much, as we come to say, the core medals are pretty much the greed. This is how they sustain themselves. This is how they sustain power. That's why when they came out, they weren't fully complete. Mm-hmm. In fact, we did actually get a small clip of what the greed looked like completed in this episode, I think, when Kogami was talking about O's.
Yep.
And
we get a hint of Ratorata's completed form. Rayon Tora Cheetah. Ratorata.
Did he do it in this episode?
In the clip, in the flashback clip, where
we get to see again, because we get to see like the Kamakiri, and then we get to see but we don't see all of them. But we
just see to the full green and the full yellow combos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which obviously is like, okay, so
not gonna lie though, this gives me Kuga vibes, because for like a huge chunk of the season we see like flashes of Kuga Ultimate, but he never shows up like proper until literally the second to last episode.
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting that we get a hint where we actually see that form, full frontal, briefly before like it actually debuts proper. Yes, the arc. So yeah, this 2-part episode ends with AG having 2 Taka medals, Bata, Kamakiri, 2 Tora medals, Lion, and Cheetah.
Yeah, well, also it kind of using like knowing that the Lion is like the flashbang, which is kind of interesting when you think of lions. It's like, well, all right.
Oh, and there was an earlier scene in this in episode 8 where Kazuri had some of Uva's medals while Uva had Kazuri's medals. So Mezel had to be the adult and tell them to swap medals.
Yeah, because it's like apparently, again, in this episode, we get to see Uva like literally torture Ankh. That's why he was so messed up. And it's like, where's the glory? Like, he never had it, dumbass, because we all know that in the last battle that they had, it was Kazuri that took your core medal. We even saw him take it. But it's kind of bullshit that Kazuri didn't say anything to Uva. And then in this battle, not battle, more like just a beatdown, Uva gets the Tora core medal, which winds up in his possession. And it's just like, as you said, Mizuzul is like, yeah, can you guys stop just fucking around and give each other your core? Like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, Uva was ready to throw hands.
Yeah, Uva, you have Kazuri's medal. Kazuri, you have Uva's medals. Give each other all of your medals that belong to each other.
Yeah, they were ready to. Moso Uva was ready to throw hands because Kazuri is just being a dick at this point. But it's like, yeah, why do you think Ankh didn't give you anything? Because he didn't have it. Like, seriously, like the cat cats are assholes. Mm-hmm. And yet I'm like, yeah, I'm kind of wondering why anyone trusts Kazuri at this point. Yeah, more so like, of course, Misazul and Gamble have nothing to do with him, but it's like, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Regardless.
Yeah. And again, you have a plucker, a pilferer, a hoarder, and the special boy.
The special boy. He's the muscle. He's He's the Ed in the Ed and Eddie, you know.
Yeah, or as they say in Saving Silverman, they call him the human power tool. It's true, they do.
Yeah, he's the animal. He's pretty much it. Although once that all wraps up, we do have this whole thing. Of course, as you said, Anka's looking on his app trying to coin star his medals, but at the same time, Hina shows up and literally bullies Ankh. She shakes him from a tree, which Ankh was just being like, let me get my standard and cool anime guy pose, but in a tree. And Hina just scolds Ankh for you do know this is my brother's body. I know you're not him. Well, duh. Seriously, look at that hair. So if you want, I will allow you and we can see about getting you to stay here with us. But I am going to take care of my brother's body. I'm like, Hina, you are literally best girl. You really are. You really are just the sweetest thing. Don't ever leave us, Hina. Yeah, so pretty much Ankh is now a bird in a cage thanks to Hina. Because she's bullying him. Literally, like the next episode, you're going to be like, what the fuck? Yeah. Anyway, next episode. This episode was called Sabotage, Having No Greed, and Taking a Break. And the next episode is we literally did 2 in 1. We did a double combo.
Yeah.
This next episode is Drenched, the Past, and Scorching Combo. And we actually wind up back at the restaurant, and it's October 31st.
Nice.
Is Halloween, which I have been to Japan at Halloween. It's quite interesting. Not really the whole thing about going door to door and asking for treats type of thing. It's more along the lines of big gatherings or school gatherings, and you see a lot of witches and vampires and stereotypical what we would think of Halloween type shenaniganry, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what's happening here. We see both Hina and Chayako both dressed as witches, and Eiji is a vampire who kind of reminds me of John Leguizamo in The Pest.
He does.
He kind of does.
I think it's the way the camera works, because it's like
those fake fangs were just protruding out. I'm just like, man, if he starts breaking into song, I swear to God. But yeah, you get to see everyone show up, and they're like, that's really the thing about how is Halloween or how is All Hallows Eve seen in other parts of the world. America, obviously, it's all about the candy. It's about the scariness, but it's also really, really over sexualizing the holiday. Not to be one of those, but I stay for the scares and candy, obviously.
Yep, same
for me. And if you do, God bless you, darling.
Look, I spent Christmas watching Hellsing all the way through.
But it's crazy being in another country where you see, and again, they go all out. There's Halloween themed cakes and foods and themes. It's crazy. It feels like I didn't leave America, but at the same time, I know I'm not in America. And here is the same. There's a lot of parties that go on, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Although what's not so nice is that, again, Hina is bullying Ankh because Ankh is eating nothing more than freezer pops. But
you will be more respectful to my brother's body. Eat fruits and vegetables.
Well, yeah, well, I mean, I'm like, Ankh, Hina, technically it's not, well, I don't know where the popsicles go, but I don't know if that's technically, well, either or. It's kind of crazy that she rips him from his silk.
I'm surprised that Hina's like, listen, You gotta eat fruits and vegetables, like pancakes with fruits, or a burrito with salsa, or a veggie pizza. Yes, it's a Power Ranger reference, by the way.
Yeah, no joke. But you have to eat, and all you do is eat freezer pops. So you are gonna sit here and eat this meal because my brother was a big fan of eating bird meat. No joke. That's exactly how they worded it in the episode.
He felt severely disturbed when he saw like a rotisserie.
It's like, you will eat this, and I will come back and hopefully see it gone. And it's like bird meat, and there is a small chicken. It could be a game hen, and Onk just does the whole eye twitch. I'm like, you couldn't have given him a fish. You couldn't have given him some steak. You had to give him a whole chicken. Okay, he'll eat it. Birds are not vegetarians, ladies and gentlemen. They are not.
Nope.
Birds are omnivorous. I mean, you think like birds only eat bugs or meat.
Some birds are thoroughly carnivorous.
Yeah,
like
eagles are like hawks. You know,
yeah.
like basically all what Onk is. Although I don't know why they gave him a parrot motif. That kind of made no sense, really. But I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe it's just the peacock that.
Yeah, because his 3 medals, like, we're spoiling it a little bit, like more than 10 years later, but. Yeah, no, actually, come to think of it, this year would be his 15th anniversary. Now that I think about it, it's wow, 15 years of O's. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah,
5.
Yeah, so yeah, like his motif is hawk, peacock, and condor. So he has 1 bird of prey, 1 pheasant, and 1. Whatever a condor is.
Well, a condor is a bird of prey.
It is not, believe it or not.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, condors are scavengers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, yeah, but that's the thing. It's kind of like Eiji kind of comes over and tries to console his bird. Go console your bird, Eiji. Only for Chayako to come in and kind of give Onk the pity, which kind of pisses him off. And it's like, what did you say to her? Well, yeah, we had to make a story about why you are the way you are. And we just said you grew up in a bad part of town where they didn't speak Japanese and you were like living on the streets and blah, blah, blah. So she kind of thinks you're a delinquent. Yeah. That sounds about right, Onk. What did you expect them to say? What did you expect them to say? You're a very pretty delinquent. You could literally be on the cast of Tokyo Revengers if you wanted to, which I think Ryosuke actually did.
Yeah.
Either or, I'm like, it's impressive, really.
Oh, wait, actually, yeah, condors are a member of the vulture family, which are, in fact, birds of prey. That's my bad.
Well, vulture, obviously it's like, I would imagine, but I mean, they're not far from being scavengers, you know? A free meal is a free meal. Mm-hmm. I know people want to say that sharks are apex predators, and they are, but don't tell me that they're not going to turn over when a whale dies, Who does too? But yeah, so oh boy, where am I in my notes? Where am I?
Oh yeah, so yeah, there's a bomber.
Oh yes, the bomber. This is a very heavy Mizuzul themed episode, even though Mizuzul doesn't really have much to do with it until it's like the 2nd episode in this. Apparently, yeah, there's someone going around strapping bombs to various infrastructures and vehicles.
Yeah, and whenever Eiji shows up at the scene, he keeps noticing a mysterious man in glasses with a doll and a cell medal.
Uh, that's not weird. But then again, in today's society, we see people running around with even larger dolls.
Yeah, especially life-size Gardevoir dolls.
Yeah, having one like right here is nothing. I've actually seen them actually carry them around. Anyway, so yes, we don't know who this man is. We really don't. He's just standing there menacingly.
Yes, it's like that episode of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends where like they try to figure out who sabotaged the bus, and then Eduardo's like, "It was Coco. Look at her. She's moving her eyes back and forth suspiciously," and she's like, but we all know it's not the menacing look; it's the evil voice.
My God, Baron, she's doing the evil voice. I always know I have got them when they start doing the evil voice.
What?
Yes. Once again, I had no evidence. It has been a hell of a week, to be honest with you. But once they have done the evil voice, you know it is the murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you can't tell if it's this dude because he doesn't talk through most of the episode.
No, you don't. Actually, we don't know who it is until like more towards the end, and it's like, wait, who the hell is this guy? Well, you'll find out. Well, let us continue. So yeah, there's a bomber going around, and what's kind of crazy though is that these bombs they explode, but they explode with water, or water just happens to explode when the device goes off. Kind of suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
But what we find out is that, yeah, there is another Yami running around, and because it's 50 years, it's Jaws. It's a shark Yami. It's a shark breed that apparently acts like a dolphin at times. Don't think I didn't notice those dolphin shenanigans when you were going around, swimming, and I'm assuming it was like, I don't know, shooting tar or shooting something out of its mouth. Don't really know. But AG winds up beating it, not too much, but allowing it to release some core metals, because we forgot to mention that Erika wind up showing up at the restaurant, demanding that they pay back the 10 core metals that AG borrowed the day before, Mm-hmm. And Onk, not being a good boy, not wanting to pay interest, decided to do it, but that kind of caused him to like, oh damn it,
I would be more peckish.
Yeah, he's like, So obviously, with AG cutting the greed, he wound up getting some core metals to replace the ones he gave back. Mm-hmm. But yeah, Onk, don't do that again, man. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Even he said he should have paid the interest.
Yeah. So the next day, we find more terrorist bombings, and AG sees that mysterious dude with the glasses all over again. But the flash of a camera and the rubble gave him a traumatic flashback.
Well, it's also, again, with the same thing at the restaurant when the noise was heard. He knew what it was. Our boy AG has a little of PTSD.
Yes, but from what? We are yet to find out.
Yeah, but we're going to find out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what? This bomber, this person, who is he? I don't know. We don't know. He's just some crazed bomber. He's just someone going around, and you think he's connected to the greed. No, not really. Again, this is Mifazul that is doing this, and really she doesn't need to insert a core metal or a cell metal into someone. She just has to like plant her food and let their bad vibes, like, let them feed onto the shark yamis.
Yeah.
So, because the next day, as they're taking down the Halloween decorations, from the party before, Hina comes in saying that her school was attacked. Not very well, I might say. Because I'm like, what kind of bombs are you using? They only took out a chunk of like concrete from the pillars. It didn't really destroy the pillars.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh well.
Yeah. So eventually, a fight breaks out near the underpass between AG and Same. Greed. Not Greed, Yami. And of course, both Mezul and Gamel get involved. So of course, AG tries to use the lion metal to create a flashbang, which thankfully takes out two of Mezul's
sharks, like, technically.
Yeah.
But
and two of her taco medals. Oh, is it Tuesday already?
But we did actually get a full combo in this episode.
Yes, he goes full lion, Tora, cheetah. Ratorata, ratorata.
Yeah. He goes full on kitty cat on Mizuzu.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And well, he pretty much like caused the river to like dehydrate and causing her to lose her pants. Not kidding.
He took out 4 of her medals.
Yeah, he literally, with just a flashbang, caused her to lose 4 of her medals. Now she only has the 3 of her head, which kind of made us kind of the question that never really got. Well, obviously we know. What happens when a Yami or a Greed loses all of its core metals?
They just disintegrate into cell metals.
I would have imagined they would have reverted back to a Yami, but it's like, no, it's
so what would be interesting is what if they lost all of their head metals, because that's the only one we never see happen.
Yeah,
but the thing is, typically their entire consciousness is inside one of those 3 head metals. You know, it's kind of like Cell, no pun intended, from Dragon Ball Z. Where it's like, as long as the nucleus is still intact, I could still regenerate. And I'm like, you don't know what the nucleus is, do you?
That's kind of why it's like, you know, that's why I'm like, you know what, anime, especially shonen, is just, you know, turn off your brain and just read.
Yeah, see, JoJo won't let you do that because Araki thoroughly does his research and then he cites his evidence in between chapters.
In all honesty, it was kind of crazy seeing the full combo of this, because not only is it fast, not only is it deadly for the claws, but the flashbang, and that was enough to destroy at least several Yamis and the Greeds. I'm like, again, why not do this more often?
Yeah, I mean, they try to establish, well, using a full single-colored combo is more powerful, and therefore it causes you to exhaust more energy. But the thing is, as we see in these 6 episodes, AG increases his tolerance towards using full combos. Oh yeah, and also the weird the weird dude with the glasses shows up at the end of his fight. It's like you're the bomber. So actually, you got it wrong. See, what you actually saw me do is I was actually resetting the bombs so they don't explode.
So this mysterious man with his doll has been going around sabotaging the bombs.
Yep.
To not well, yeah, it kind of made sense, because I'm like, well, yeah, the force to take out a car, well, yeah, but the fact that the pillars were not broken, like they were just, you know, damaged. I'm like, either this bomber sucks or I don't know, but now that we know, yeah, this guy has been tampering with the bombs. So the damage is reduced to just minimal cosmetics, not to people.
Yeah.
Okay, who are you, mysterious man?
Well, it just so happens that when he returns to his biomedical laboratory, a certain limousine shows up with a certain secretary, with a certain tablet, with a certain video feed, of a certain CEO, with a certain what's it called, pop thing, confetti shooter thing, and he's like, it's like, happy birthday. Today marks the 10-year anniversary of the biomedical lab being under my employment. You get cake, you get cake, you get cake, you all get cake. Surashi!
But he winds up singling out one person to say thank you for what's happened.
Yeah.
And who is that? It's the mysterious man with the doll. You, Dr. Maki.
Dr. Maki. Surely he's not that important of a character. Surely.
Maki Sensei, along with Chayako, not going to go into it, are probably the most entertaining characters in this show, aside from Eiji Onkanhina.
For me, the most entertaining will always be a certain mustachioed gentleman who should totally play Oda Nobunaga in a historical film.
I'm surprised he didn't when we had the chance. I'm surprised that he did not. I was mad as all hell. How could you have Akira Date in the Gaim movie in a film of feudal Japan and not make him Oda Nobunaga?
It was so perfectly cast and everything. It was right there. It was right there. It wasn't fair.
No, you assholes, you didn't do it. Which I'm like, okay, whatever. Mm-hmm. Don't care.
No, wait, he did. He was Nobunaga.
Was he?
Yeah, he was.
I thought we said he wasn't.
No, he was.
He
was, yeah, like he's the dude that hung out with Baron von Banana.
We said in our review that he wasn't. He went out like Nobunaga, but he wasn't.
Yeah, he was Nobunaga.
How come we said he was?
I don't think so.
We'll
I think we were saying that this other character was not Ieyasu, or that other character was not Hideyoshi. But for real though, like even without having watched that movie, I'm like, this dude should be Oda Nobunaga.
Yeah, he so should be. Yeah. But yes, we have, Dr. Maki has now entered the chat, and that is played by actor and with one hell of a damn criteria, this man is Yu Kamio. And this guy has been an actor, voice actor. He's done a lot. Yu Kamio has seriously had a lot. And also Kira Major, let's see here, Go-Onger, Amazons, then Shin Godzilla, he Ultraman, several dramas. The man has been around. He was also an Attack on Titan.
Mm-hmm.
The live action. He's done a lot of period pieces too. And obviously we did say that Yu Kamino was also in Akiba Ranger as the owner of the store that yelled at Nobu for not getting the Sentai right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always fun. There was also
Gosei Sentai Akiba Ranger.
Yeah, there was also the net films that were being done with superhero Tyson. Mm-hmm. The one that with him was apparently they had murdered the three pinks of the past, so Gosei, Golkaiger, and I think Shinken Red or Shinken Pink. And they found them dead. And it's up to Forze to be the detective and figure out who killed them. And he accuses Yu Kamino because he's the director of the special. And the reason why is because Yu found out that the Sentai girls were playing with Kamen Rider figures, and he didn't like that because he's more of a Sentai guy than he is a Kamen Rider guy. Mm-hmm. So they wind up sending him to jail, only to find out that the girls were not dead; they were just faking it.
Yep.
I love that net episode. Almost like, bro, you totally did Kamino Sensei dirty. You totally just sent him off to Sing Sing, and then Fies is like, "Yeah, I'm gonna order us some food. Anyone want to come?" Like, I thought Fies was. I thought Inoue was broke. How is he getting them food?
Particularly good day at the dry cleaners.
Maybe because it's like, yeah, what's the running gag of Fies like always in this like? Well, like I guess because he has a cell phone. Oh, like,
yeah.
But yeah, so Kamino Sensei is Maki, and he plays this character just
Very
perfectly.
Yeah.
In my opinion, he is like. I know we're making him seem like a very serious character, but as the show goes on, it's going to be like, what? Yeah, and it's kind of giving you the question, like the ventriloquist. Who is Maki? Is Maki the man we're talking to, or is Maki the doll?
Mm-hmm.
Because it just seems that if something happens to him physically, he doesn't really care. But if something happens to the doll,
he goes nuts.
He just like starts convulsing. And it's like, what? But again, we are getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. So Maki finds out that the bomber, who is apparently one of the scientists in here, because they're practicing or using certain bombs underwater. So I guess they're testing their power. He kind of like, so there's a bombing going on, and you guys are testing bombs. When did this start happening? Oh, just a couple of months ago, sir.
Around the same time when the bombings actually started. That's suspicious.
And again, the guy doesn't look suspicious at all. He looks just as like trustworthy and as innocent as Misato from Fies.
Yep.
In fact, I kind of thought that was Misato for a moment, but it's not.
No. I was wondering if a certain other character in the later episode was Misato, but it wasn't him either.
No, it was not. I don't want to see Misato.
Neither do I.
But yeah, so apparently, yeah. We find out also later on, because we have to put an amusement park in somewhere. This guy has been strapping bombs to the roller coasters of Six Flags over Japan.
God damn it!
Why? Couldn't you take out the carousel instead?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and of course, Dr. Maki remarks at a painting he made while he continues his research on metals and whatnot. And he starts spying on one of his scientists. But yeah, so in a flashback, we do find out. Oh yeah, so AG was in Africa at one point, and apparently there was like all these explosions happening everywhere, and he failed to save a little girl that he befriended.
Yeah, it was a civil war that he was involved in the country of Africa, well, the continent of Africa, not the country. Forgive me, I dare not be one of those. Like, Africa's a country. No, it's not. A country? You mean the continent of Africa?
Unless we're talking about South Africa, in which case it is a country.
About South Africa, I'm like, no, honey, a continent is bigger than a country. It's
really weird for me is when there's like a north, south, east, or west of a certain country, but like you don't have like the opposite of it. Like you have West Virginia, but you don't have East Virginia. You have South Africa, but no North Africa. You have South Macedonia, but you don't have North Macedonia.
Well, again, the only thing even the Americas are, kind of in that same boat. The only thing that they especially have is their central. As far as I know, there's no other central.
That's true.
But yeah, so apparently, we find out that AG Boy has a little PTSD, and by proper means, because he befriended a native African girl and tried to save her. but he failed.
Which is why he's always trying to reach out to people, because he failed to reach out to her. Literally.
It literally is, again, the dichotomy of good and evil, because it was also proven in the first 2 episodes. You know, Ankh like mentioned how Eiji can be cocky and blah blah blah, and he doesn't want that. But it's also the fact that it's showing that Eiji can be quite selfish at times, but at the same time, the reason why he's selfish is because he's trying to be a hero. But what does it mean to be a hero? What does it mean to be on the good side? You know, I feel like sometimes, at times, the hero is more greedy, more selfish, because you can't save everybody, Eiji. You can't. You can try. But is that not kind of like you're fighting the greed, and the greed are just doing what they do and wanting what they want, but you want to save everybody? And if you don't, then how do you feel about that?
Absolutely.
It's very philosophical in a way, because it's like, wait, Eiji's fighting these greedy monsters that are trying to just get what they want, but Eiji is trying to get what he wants at the same time? Yeah, keep watching. Keep watching. This show is going to be like, I saw a meme where someone said, watching O's is like watching O's is like going on a roller coaster.
Oh yeah.
First you start off slow, and then you have the drop, and then finally, after, if it was a good enough for you, you come out with tears and just a massive "what the fuck did I just watch" moment.
Yeah, so, you know, the bomber births yet another shark, Yami. Eventually, they're going to start swarming, too, because Eiji does defeat one of them. But
no one noticed that. It's in the factory with them. How does no one
Maki noticed it?
But he kept his mouth shut. Which, again, kind of makes you wonder, Maki, are you a good boy? Are you... do we have to send you back? Why
do your Lululemons absolve you of any suspicions?
Yeah, especially that painting you got in your office. What is that about?
Yeah, something very biblical. But then, you know, the sharks, they start swarming the entire factory. So Dr. Maki meets up with Eiji, and yes, we do have a comic relief scene where the doll falls down. but then Dr. Maki gives the tiger can droid to Eiji.
The thing is that in that scene, more so, it's like, so Eiji suspected Maki of being the bomber, which he wasn't. He's not.
Yeah.
So suspicion relieved. But Maki said he knew who the bomber was. And Eiji's like, you knew? You knew. I knew. And how long have you? I've known for quite a while. And you didn't do anything. Again, Eiji, Maki is not the hero. That's all on you, Eiji. That's all on you. You're Superman, okay? You want to go save the day, go and save the day and figure it out. Don't let others do it for you, you know? To the point that, yeah, Maki's like, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. I do have a can for you, which he did mention that he was going to give to him. And, well, Eiji, well, no, Ankh takes it because Ankh's with him. But Eiji decides to punch the wall. And he tells Maki, don't ever speak to him. I guess the force was enough to knock the doll off of his arm that the doll just falls down. And then Maki starts convulsing. And I mean literally cartoon convulsing, not like a or a breathing. No, he starts spazzing and then exits through a door.
Yeah, like Eiji thankfully manages to get the bomber to get arrested, and he does disarm all of the bombs inside the amusement park. But all of this was a diversion so that the entire shark swarm could destroy the laboratory, like it's that one scene from Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, that one scene where they let all the monsters out, especially the unicorn.
especially the unicorn. I don't know. The mermaids was probably one of my favorites.
You mean the merman?
Mermaid,
Yeah.
merman, gender, schmender. It's an aquatic creature. It won an Oscar by making out with a human. What do you like? What more is there?
If you're trying to say a gillman and a mer person are the same thing, then that's like saying smooth and crunchy peanut butter are the same.
I mean, the only difference is that crunchy peanut butter has solid nuts in it.
But regardless, yeah. So, but here's also the thing. The can that Maki gave him was enough to be put in the motorcycle, and the motorcycle turns into a mechanical lion that starts attacking the sharks.
Yeah.
So, but it's like, wait. You're telling me that you created a berserk lion that attacks the fishes. How do we control it?
You don't.
You don't. You just let it go. You just let it. But it's destroying everything. Only for Eiji to get on the combo because he thinks the combo will be enough to, I don't know, chill the lion out. Which technically, yes and no. It's just enough for him to drive it and then for them to pull the sharks out and go on a tour of Tokyo Dome Stadium. You know? So, yeah, flash another combo, do the nonsense.
Yeah, do the thing, Julie.
Yeah, no rider kick, just another flash bomb.
Yeah, I mean, it's so interesting how like you got these wheels that have claws pulled out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's around here where that licensing thing starts taking effect. The one about using motor vehicles in public spaces.
Yeah, because they start using more and more like CG. Like that's kind of the thing. Even more so, like in like Forza and Wizard, you didn't really see them use their motorcycles a lot, as in past riders. That's kind of started here with old, because it's like, again, we do see the bike later on, but not as much. It just kind of, I don't know why that was a thing.
Yeah. But yeah, we defeated the all the sharks, and of course the episode ends with Dr. Maki making an ominous speech about we will now conclude the history of the world. Meanwhile, later on, Eiji and Ankh eat school cafeteria food for some reason.
That was very strange.
Yeah, so it's like, I get it. It's a cosplay cafe, but like, why are you cosplaying that you're in a school eating school food? Like, I may as well just go to a regular school and eat that, or, just go to a grocery store and get a box of Lunchables.
I mean, it's a cosplay cafe, but at the same time, it's like, isn't this cafe supposed to be of the world? Why are we
in a school?
Yeah, why are we doing a school thing?
Oh, at least it's not an American school, because then it would just be like a brown goo burrito or something that's supposed to resemble a pizza, but deep inside that it's not really a pizza.
I don't know. That was kind of a weird way to end the episode, but I mean, at least it kind of gave us the question of like, so what's the whole deal with this painting? What does Maki know that we don't know? Now we have Kirigami and Maki, the two know-it-alls, but we know nothing. All we have is this painting of what looks like I forget. It's almost in the style of what was it called? Pluto devours his child.
Oh, Saturn. No, Cronus.
Cronus, yeah. The photo of Cronus, and it kind of felt like that, because it's like, whoa, that's kind of ominous, but okay, something's got to deal with this, I guess. Next episode.
Yeah, so now our current medal count is, ready for it? We got 2 Taka medals, Bata, Kiri, 2 tiger medals, 1 lion, 1 cheetah, 2 unagi, and 2 taco. So if we could just get Shachi, we could get a blue combo. If we could just get Kamakiri, then we could get a green combo. Yeah.
It will take us a little bit more time to get those.
Yes. But at least we have 4 sets of duplicates at the end of this episode.
Yep.
Hopefully the duplicates are the only ones that get stolen.
Mm-hmm. So we're on episode 11 now. A traveler, a swallowtail, and a celebrity.
Uh-huh.
So apparently AG has a friend.
Named Takashi. No, Tsukasa.
His name is Tsukasa. Say, like, it ain't Takashi.
No, it's Tsukasa, who is a passerby blogger.
Tsubasa. Kisuke Tsubasa.
Oh, that's weird. Mine thing. Never mind.
Yeah.
Tsubasa sounds better because then I have to put a lot of thought into this. Hold on. So you have a character named Tsukasa who's a passerby with a blog.
Kisuke.
Yeah.
So yeah, we for some reason his friend appears. And he's just like AG, he's a wanderer, he's a vagabond.
Mm-hmm.
But he's also writing a book, I guess, of his travels.
I'm just gonna make it really simple for everyone. It's Space Jam. This 2-part episode is literally Space Jam.
Is it really?
It is. Think about it. Like when Uva takes him over. Like what does the moth Yami steal to nourish itself? It steals other people's talent so that he himself could be better at it. Like he's like, oh, I wish I had the riz of this blogger. So then that one blogger loses his writing skills, and all of a sudden, Tsubasa is good at writing. Then later on, when he's supposed to have a live show with some other like comedy duo, it's like I wish I had their charisma. So like all of a sudden, these 2 comedians lose their speaking skills, but suddenly now not only is this guy really charismatic when he talks, but even his accent's changed.
You know, that is very true. That is very true. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I was like, wait, what are you talking? Yeah, the moth. The Yami comes out because Uva puts in a coin slot. So the guy is trying to write a book about his travels and all that stuff, and of course, Eiji is supportive of his friend, but his friend lacks the confidence, or I believe lacks confidence in himself to make this happen. Because, I mean, we've all had writer's block. We've all had it. Not gonna lie, you know. We all had those moments. I'm like, is this good enough? As I say, you are your own worst critic.
Yeah.
But
meanwhile, Gamel's trying to be a good boy and get Mesdal her medals back like he promised. So much so that he's even like looking underneath rider vents in order to see if there's any loose medals. Loose medals. Does anyone have any loose medals? Please give me some medals.
Gamel. I swear, you know. But then again, he is a special boy. We need to find a special boy. We need to find something for Gamel. We really do.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah. Uva decides to make a Yami out of it, and as you said, it's a moth. It's a moth Yami that again steals the personalities and the talents of other people, and in possibly the most worst way possible. Mm-hmm. Instead of just like taking it, they cause accidents. They cause for that. I'm like, wow.
And somehow gold dust like slips out of their bodies and then enters his own body.
Well, the moth is the one that produces the gold dust. It's kind of like, you know, like a shot of or a little sniff of something, you know, that causes the
the movie Limitless.
Basically, it's taken from the pages of Stephen King.
Mm-hmm.
And if you know Stephen King, well, yeah. Sorry, Stephen. Sorry, but not sorry. What was that at the ending of It? Really?
Or that throughout the movie Langoliers.
Oh, don't even bring up the Langoliers.
Do I need to mention anything about the Lawnmower Man movie?
Ugh. No, but that one was when he was clean, though. More so, I want to say Maximum Overdrive.
What is the deal with Green Goblin's head on that one truck?
Again, he was coked up. He had too much Coca-Cola. Really, what this moth is doing is like once they do what they do, they get the little yellow dust, and then our friend here, Tsubasa, winds up like just getting like the high that he needs to write his book and write his, you know, and he starts thinking about all the girls, the women, the popularity, the book deals, the TV spots, and I'm like, as I say, aim for the heavens, man. Don't stop.
Yeah.
But it's so wrong because all these people are like getting hurt without him noticing, and that's what's bull crap about it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that he thinks that like, man, this is gonna just blow up in his face, isn't it? And the funny thing is, he doesn't know it. He's not aware of what's happening. It's gonna suck even more when he finds out.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Goto's like, I want to become a writer. I wanna.
Goto. See, that's the thing about Goto, because they didn't mention it in an earlier episode. Goto used to be part of the police department.
Yeah, but then he quit because he was convinced that somehow joining the Kogami organization is saving the world. Yes, deliver this cake because it'll help you save the world.
Goto. Again, I feel what you're saying, Goto. I understand you. I get it. But it also reminds me of those rookies that are like, I want to be in the front lines. I'm like, and then when they do, it's like
they freeze up.
Oh, no, he freezes up, or even before he does anything, he gets sniped.
Uh-huh.
And you're just like, how long did he last? 11.5 seconds. He lasted longer than I thought. Because he just wants to get out there. He wants to grab the bison by the non-horns. Not realizing what.
Potter, I had a wager to my father. I told him that you would last 10 seconds at the Tri-Wizard tournament. He disagreed, of course. He thought you wouldn't last 5.
The thing is that Goto, while I get, you know, and that's the thing that happens later on. Like, we're building Goto to be something here, but he's not. You know, like, it's kind of like, you know, okay, this guy is something. He is something. Maybe he could be the second Kamen Rider. I don't know. No. I know, Goto. I know. But no. You are forever a delivery boy. Anyway, but this will be a key thing in later on in the episodes, because Goto is a tad salty about it. You know? Oh God, what happened?
Yeah. So yeah, we have another battle against the Moth Yami, and basically while AG is like trying to fight off, Goto pulls up like a freaking bazooka
And shoot. Well, Was he aiming for the moth or was he aiming at Eiji? That's the question, because Eiji technically did get in the way. But he is rather salty about everything about how Kogami is trusting more civilians than his own people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it doesn't. Well, that's the thing. It doesn't really solidify me that that Goto is not salty at Eiji.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, Goto did get beaten up. He actually did get attacked in the episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. And Gammel intercepts Eiji while literally in the middle of a motorcycle match. In a motorcycle drive, and I'm like,
oh hell no!
And yeah, he ends up losing two of Mezul's medals.
Yeah.
In the process, and he just ends up shooting Eiji instead of the Greed. Yeah.
Again, was that on purpose? Because again, we see that he's gonna shoot the moth, but it doesn't happen. It does not happen. You know, were you aiming? It looks like you were aiming at the moth, but it looks like you were trying to hit Eiji.
Yeah, and of course, Hina happens to be at the I would say the outdoor atrium where the podcast is happening, and then Hina notices someone that looks familiar.
Well, that's honestly, why are they holding an interview in the auditorium of all places?
Yeah, it's don't you think the acoustics would not be that good for podcasts of all things?
I know, because this isn't like an internet. It really is like a podcast, you know. But yeah, we see Ben Tennyson up in the rafters, kind of looking, because Tsubasa kind of realizes he's there, but it's and then here comes the attack. Uva winds up attacking.
Yeah. One thing that's interesting about this episode is that Eiji does use Taka Kamakiri Cheetah, which is basically the same red, yellow, and green colors you see in his base form, except yellow and green are swapped out.
It does.
Yeah.
Although, kind of makes me wonder, why did Uva decide to attack?
I think it's because Hina kind of outed him.
I don't know, because it's you made everyone panic and run, but what exactly is attacking Hina gonna do, Uva?
One less thorn.
Is she even a thorn?
She could be.
You
never know. Never make you know what they say in my least disliked Steven Seagal movie. Assumption is the mother of all screw ups.
Let's not talk about Seagal.
Not a fan.
No.
But I am a fan of Peter Green, and that makes the difference.
Yeah. It's crazy. Let's see. We're on episode 12 now.
Yeah.
Yeah, episode 12. An eel, a world, and a gravity combo. Because
so we lost both octopus medals. Other than that, there were no changes to his medal count.
He did lose 2, but
both octopuses.
Yeah. Let's see here. What did I have written down?
While Uva is chasing after Hina, I love how she takes this giant paper mache cylinder and just throws it at Uva. Granted, it does very little to stop him, but still
very impressive. Although Hina says, and she said it in the earlier episodes, that she has very strong arms. And I'm like, darling, it ain't the arms. It's not the arms. It's you. It's that's a powerhouse.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you think that you could carry that with your legs? No. You would have to have equal amount of strength to even hold it up.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize is that to varying degrees, you use your entire body to do everything.
uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Even as I'm sitting on my butt right now, my glutes are taking in a lot of strain in order to support the rest of my body.
That's why it's like, that's why the whole thing of like sitting down for too long is actually bad for you. Because you're right. Even laying down
is also bad for you.
It's
Standing still is bad for you.
Again, that's why they say constantly moving. All don't have bed sores. All this stuff, like the lack of motion, actually will is detrimental to the body.
Yeah, it's because it's isometric. The whole point is that it's your endurance doing the work. Not while physically moving, like you're using strength instead of endurance. I mean, obviously, like it's a spectrum. There is stamina in between. But basically, it's endurance, stamina, strength, power, and power is like basically like when you put everything you have into one single move, or up to 3 moves. But the point is, you're putting 33% or higher of all of your muscle fibers into your motion.
Why do you think when you sit down for a long time or anything, you always have your body, you as a person naturally give like a stretch? Why are you stretching? You didn't do anything. No,
because you're trying to relax like muscles that were being strained through your isometric positioning. Like
you sitting down, you having your hand like this or your head up. It's like, yeah, you strained your body. You strained it, whether or not you were realizing it or not. Even laying there, you strained your body, and that's why your body, you naturally give a good long stretch.
Yeah, isn't it funny how 2 anime nerds are giving you much more like helpful kinesiology advice than some former MMA fighter who's in some European country for crimes that we're not going to say out loud?
That someone actually, like when we were doing Gaim, they wrote to me and say, you blew my mind in telling me that vegetables are not real. I'm like, look it up, darling. Look it up. It is very strange. And here it is again. We're telling you about like muscle contractions and what you should do. Obviously, don't be a slouch. But then again, don't overexert yourself, because even overexerting yourself is bad enough. Always have a proper diet. If you have temptations of eating that chocolate cake or that ice cream bar, kill the temptation. I'm pretty sure you're going to burn through it. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Yeah. Or find an alternative that will give you that stimulatory fix that you need.
Yeah.
But without indulging in the actual stimulus. For example, if you're addicted to chips, why not switch to eating chicharrones and then switch from chicharrones to nuts?
But isn't chicharrones like bad for you because it's fried pork skin? Not really.
The only difference is it's either fried pork or fried tortilla.
It's actually very weird. It's very strange.
But the thing is, the fried pork, it satisfies you faster, so you eat less of it.
It's natural too.
Yeah. So it's like, so think about it. You eat a full family-sized bag of Doritos, or you eat just 2 or 3 pieces of chicharron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a very large one too.
Yeah. Anyway. You get the same fix. You still have that gustatory fix. You have that proprioceptive fix in your mandible, and you feel that texture fix from the spice, but you're consuming less oil / other nutrients and whatnot. So like
it's more natural.
It's more natural, exactly.
More natural. It's more natural. But anyway, back to the show. We'll give you more food tips later.
Yeah.
Where was I on my notes? So Goto is actually mad at Eiji and Ankh.
How dare you get in the way? What do you mean? You're the one who shot at us.
Yeah, but you guys, like, again, Goto, I get what you're doing, man, but get off your high horse, boy. I know you were a cop. Okay, we get it. But you do, but again, there are civilians who are putting themselves on the line. Same as you. Wouldn't that mean that you should be their support instead of trying to sabotage them? I stick to my guns when I say that. Although it's crazy how a certain other character will show up and Goto has nothing bad to say about that person.
Yeah, you know, it's real. Oh yeah, and also there's a bit of the Unagi can droids, and yes, we do have an Indiana Jones reference. Oh my God, snakes! I'm scared of snakes. Those aren't snakes. That's Unagi. Thanks, Joey. No problem, Chandler.
Yeah, it's eels. Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's not what you. They're river eels. It's a specific river eel.
They're electric eels. Dengue unagi.
It's a fish, so don't get too crazy. But yeah, so apparently, we have another confrontation with the greed. Mizuzul gets her taco medals back. Well, apparently Tsubasa comes back to the restaurant and he says that things went well, that he's getting some type of popularity. Good for you. Not so much. But then he starts talking about that he wants to use Eiji's stories in his book.
Whoa, life rights.
Which
Eiji does not feel comfortable with because
these are his stories. I'm like, wait, Tsubasa, didn't you say that the book you were writing was about you and your travels? So why are you asking your friend if he can use your stories for his book? Are you telling me that everything that you've been doing and saying is a lie? Well, apparently the bird thinks so because Ankh starts accusing the Tsubasa as being a greed or the host to the greed.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's kind of crazy how, like, they get all these reports about an accident and then what happened and then Uva's attack and then attacking Hina, which is kind of crazy because you were there, Tsubasa, and this all happened.
Mm. Yeah, and also Goto, he starts whimpering back to Kogami. It's like please, you have to prove the making of a rider system that uses cell metals, and you have to let me be the one to do it. It's like, happy birthday to this new version of you. Of course, this new version of you is a total bitch, so your birthday present is getting punished. And then some of the cake batter ends up splattering him in the face.
Again, we are hyping up. Not so much now, but we were hyping up that Goto was going to be the next Kamen Rider. If you think Goto was going to be the Kamen Rider, this scene right here kind of just solidified it. That nope, ain't gonna happen. Nope.
So the question is, who's more pathetic in the first arc, Goto or Kagami?
It's got to be Goto right now because Goto, what have you done to earn the right to be the rider? I know that you were the survivor of the attack. Okay, you survived, but what have you done? What detective skills have you used? What besides using, like, in fact, what have you done in terms of fighting against the greed?
Not much of anything.
Not much. Eiji, I know he has holes, but regardless, Eiji kind of, like, when shit was hitting the fan, he went in, he ran.
Yeah, like I said, why does he have PTSD in Africa? Because he actually tried helping people while they were being, I'm not going to use any specific words here, but you know what I mean.
He pretty much is like, you're the cop. You've said that before, and you've done nothing other than just standing by waiting for it to happen. While AG, as one person said it, there are some guys that run, and then there are some guys that face the fire and run into it.
Yeah,
You're
adrenaline makes you do one of three things: fight, freeze, or fly.
Yeah, Goto, you're on the side of you're watching, you're waiting for the fire to come at you for you to do something, and that's either act or run. But by that time, it's too late. Here's AG running into the fire, and he's got nothing but his parka on. He has no suit, he has no medals, he has no right. AG is going in, and God knows what's going to happen when he gets in there, but he did it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the whole thing that Kogami is actually like, yes, good for you. As for Goto, no. And so right now, the dream of him being a Kamen Rider or being in that position of being the Kamen Rider has just been destroyed because Kogami, with his actions of like, you'll never, ever, never. I don't care. You're not going to be. You're not qualified. You're not good enough. You don't have what it takes. And, well, I'll get there when we get there. I'm going to stop right there with ragging on Goto. I'll get to that when we finally do.
Yeah.
So, here.
They finally learned to work together to a certain capacity. But also, Goto hesitates for a quick second, which causes Uva to attack him from the side. So remember, haste makes waste, but hesitation hinders preservation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dr. Maki, still doing his research, gets a visit from someone. A certain bleach blonde bloke in a yellow flannel.
Yeah.
So
why
I have to know whose side is Maki on, and more importantly, is Kogami aware of this? Which begs the question: whose side is Kogami on?
Well, more so, what is this cat doing? Because I promise you, if Uva and the rest found out that he was associating with the humans, that's a problem too.
Yeah.
Anyway, well,
so we're at the final battle of this arc where basically, like AG uses himself as bait for Gommel so that he could manage to take three of Gommel's medals. And once you know, he pulls a full bingo. He steals exactly 3 medals, and it just so happens to be Sai, Gorilla, and Zoe. Here we go. But AG, using a full combo is gonna hurt you. I have to do something. Sai, Gorilla, Zoe.
Yeah.
Sagorzo.
What talk about, but the thing with this one, this is a tank. This is a literal tank. You got
sun goes up, sun goes up.
3 of the biggest heavyweight land animals on this on this one Kamen Rider. So much that AG can't move. He can't move. The only way that he can is using the elephant stomps and vibration, which elephants do use to bring bring the Yami close.
And the gorilla lets him use his own chest as a chudaiko.
And also very good at punching. You know, if the chance to get up to high speed, how bad would it be getting rammed by a rhinoceros?
Yeah.
Like how much of a nuke are we talking about with Oz as a side? That has got to be, and it's kind of lucky that he did pull a 3 combo because, well, I don't know. I don't know how or why, but apparently this moth was giving so much problems, so much
Yeah,
trauma.
and being whammied by Uva and Gamal at the same time on top of that, you know.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, before that happened, we also, just to tie up a loose end here, we find out that Tsubasa has been lying.
Turns out he never left the country, except for that one time in Bangkok.
Yeah, he lied. He lied throughout his teeth. And
he's literally that one dude from Squid Game. You know the one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man, did Squid Game rip off Kamen Rider O's
more
than it ripped off Ryuki?
But again, we all know that guy, that person who like brags about, you know, like I'm not saying that you need receipts or photos. I don't care. If you say you did or you do, great. But
sometimes it seems more like you're trying to convince yourself than you're trying to convince others.
Yeah, it's like you're really like focusing on like trying to, like, you know, yeah, I've traveled to Japan, to China, certain parts of Europe, and I have photos, I have proof, but I'm not flexing like that. I've never been to India, but if someone says they've been to India and I'm like, oh yeah, I've been to the Taj Mahal, I've been like, why, man? Why are you trying to one up? This ain't a competition, but why are you trying to one up?
I think there was a joke about this in How I Met Your Mother, where Barney says a seemingly believable story where like he did something super amazing, but instead of just like stopping like at like a seemingly perfect point, he just goes on, and then that last bit is just like too outrageous that it makes the rest of the story look completely made up. And if you just left out that one part at the end, like everyone would have believed the entire fake story up to that point.
No, I know. It's one of those things that it's like you had them, but then you just had to throw that bullshit in there. Yeah. See, this is why no one believes you. This is why no one listens to you. You just have to one up. You just have to be like, no. And honestly, after that whole moment, we don't really get to see Tsubasa at all after this. He kind of just disappeared and whatever. And, you know, that's it. But, you know, he does say goodbye to AG, and maybe, I don't know what he's going to do, but.
And AG gives him some underwear.
Yeah. But
also we noticed that AG is somewhat less fatigued after using Saigorzo compared to when he used Rata Rata or
because Rata was more of a high speed, like a lot of running, but Sagojo would be even worse because it's not. I mean, the thing is, and it's been stated that using the combos, you actually it's as if you had the weight of a rhinoceros, an elephant, and a gorilla on top of you, because that's why Sagojo doesn't move or isn't very mobile as much, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, AG, you should really feel like you went like 100 rounds, like with a silverback at this point, but you're fine.
Yeah, but also I think he just got so adjusted to like using full combos.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
like it's not affecting you. You're not tired. You're not.
Well, I would say it starts off with him being less tired because remember, like when he used Gata Kiriba for the first time, he completely knocked out.
Yeah, but again, you think Sagojo would have been worse, but apparently not. So what does that mean? I don't know. We'll have to keep
and again, I think what it means is like, again, this is my hypothesis, is using any of the full combos will result in a certain and probably equal amount of strain. But the thing is, like between using Gata Kiriba and Rata Rata twice, he's got used to that specific amount of strain enough times that by the time he uses Saigorzo, like he's tired, but like he's not like staying down for as long of a period of time.
Right.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and as we see later, like he's just not gonna be fatigued at all in later full combo usages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is our story.
Yep. And we finish with 2 Taka medals, 1 Kuwagata, 1 Kamakiri, 1 Bata medal, 2 Tora medals, 1 Lion medal, 1 Cheetah medal, and 1 Sai, 1 Gorilla, and 1 Zo medal, which means he can use 3 full combos at this time, plus Taka and Unagi.
But prepare yourself because we're gonna get the full combo for Mizuzu soon.
In about 12 episodes.
Soon enough, because we now have a movie to get to.
Yeah, and it's one of the best ones. It's the obligatory winter film, and the reason why we're doing the movie after episode 12 instead of, say, episode 16, where the arc ends, is more to do with the fact that the movie more or less takes place concurrently with episodes 13 and 14, more or less, because certain things happen in episode 15 and 16 that will make the movie nonsensical in its placement. But at the same, so basically, episode 12 is the best place for the movie to start with, especially considering AG's current medal count, where in terms of having at least 1 unique medal, he has 11 out of 15.
Then we also get to see a cameo of past Good Boys.
Yeah, past Good Boys, yes.
Which is kind of crazy that we have them, especially given the story how it ended.
Yeah. But to a certain degree, it's more of a prequel than a sequel. Yeah. Or if you think about it, like Godfather Part 2, it's both a prequel and a sequel.
It is for the next week. Kamen Rider X Kamen Rider O's NW featuring Skull, the movie War Core.
Yeah, or as we simply call it, 2011. Oh wait, wrong thumbnail. As we like to simply put it, the 2011 movie Core, because it takes place in December of 2010.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This will be it. This is the one that many people have been wanting and waiting for us to review, and we finally got to it.
Yes.
It wasn't that long of a wait, but either way.
It wasn't that long of a wait. Like you thought you're going to have to wait for week 4 of our reviews. Nope. Week 3.
Nope. Week 3.
Week 3. Yep. And once we finish that, we'll do the final 4 episodes of the first arc. And then we wish 2011 a happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So, of course. Wow. I have to say 10, 9, 9, 8, 8, 9. Yeah, I think the reason why episode 7 is a really good episode is even though he loses medals, that's kind of the whole point behind it. It's like we got a little too cocky and it's going to bite us in the butt.
Ain't it always? That's again, it's like with how agey is in these episodes, how Onk is, it's kind of like, oh wait, they lost? Yeah, of course they lost. Of course they lost. They can't always win. I want to say that every single episode up to this point was probably it's an 8.5. It's an 8.5.
Okay.
Because obviously the stories, the all of our children level with the husband and wife, and now the friend. It's showing like different aspects of the sin of greed, you know. And that's kind of the point of these stories is like it's not just about money or about possessions. It's also about just your overall attitude. Let me look at Tsubasa. Like the dude was a liar, but he was a liar because he wanted to be a somebody. When in actuality, it was more along the lines of like, you know, you want to take other people's stories and make them your own. Isn't that a sense of greed as well? It's plagiarism, but you want to give us
because you're stealing someone else's life.
You're stealing their experience. You didn't gain anything.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. In terms of like having the combos, we're feeling, you know, the Kazuri one and Gamel's combo. There's a reason why I love these two. You know, one is speedy, one is more of a brawler. It just kind of sucks that we don't get to see them being used very often.
Yeah,
you know? I can't remember for the life of me where we see Segojo get used as often as we do either base form or even like Shouta or Todora, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, we'll see what happens later on as we continue on our review of olds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's look at the comments. Keeping track of all the medals is part of the fun of watching O's. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, thank God they have it at the end.
Yeah, and at the beginning of the following episode, because, like, although when we get to episode 27 and 28, we're going to have a little fun with that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that when we get to that. I love that you use clips from Mitchell and Webb that aren't the Are We the Baddies clip. I mean, they had 4 seasons. Like, why should we only steal from literally the very first episode? Heck, even the Poirot one is from season 3, episode 2. So yeah, you know, maybe we should do like Padlock Gami at some point. It's like, oh look, it's a swan. Oh look, it's a duck. You're basically making animals out of padlocks. That's the joke.
Right.
Yeah. All right. I hope you eventually find a use for a clip from Angel Summoner and BMX Bandit. I mean, maybe in the O's finale because it would be perfect. You know, it's like, wow, it's like it's amazing. We could have this entire conversation while completely falling from the sky. Wait a minute. You've summoned a bunch of invisible angels, haven't you? Only 1 or 2. Call them off. Yeah, one can summon angels. The other rides a BMX. I wish that show had a 5th season. Not gonna lie though. You know, I already told you it's just a cough. Oh, wait, that's from that other Mitchell and Webb skit. You know, it's just a cough. And then turns out it actually was just a cough. I don't know. Maybe next year we're gonna talk about all the football all the time. Football. Goto is what Asumu from Hibiki should have been. To a degree, maybe. I don't know. That last 1/3 of the show was kind of.
Well, with difference in writers with Hibiki, I'm like,
yeah, for real, you have a point. This episode is basically Space Jam. Yeah. Too bad we're not playing basketball against cartoons. Because imagine if like the Greed became a basketball team, and then AG had to use his medals to like play basketball. That would have been funny. I mean, in Gaim, we do see riders play football, so you know, football. All right. But yeah, that's it for the comments, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon, stay notified for our latest videos, and be sure to share our videos because it helps us out with the algorithm. We only need 20 more subscribers to reach our goal of 300 subscribers, which will allow us to celebrate the 30th anniversary of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. And of course, check out our other content. We also do Ultraman Arc. No, not Ultraman Arc. Ultraman Omega. But don't worry, soon we're going to do Ultraman Arc the movie. Don't worry about it. Ultraman Omega, Kamen Rider Gov. We're at the end game. And number 1 Sentai Gochuger. And yes, next week we'll be continuing Kamen Rider O's with the winter film. Because after 2009, this is a thing that happens every winter. We've done it with Gaim, we've done it with Build. You know, it is what it is. And we're gonna do it with those as well. Also check out our various convention interviews. Check out our sister channel, The Buttery Show, where we also will be uploading convention interviews. I'm currently editing some vlogs, which will be uploaded to both channels. Definitely check those out. And if you want to say hi to us on our personal content, where can the people find you?
Just on IG. Thank you so much, you guys.
And you can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto. And yes, if you want to say hi to us in person, we will be at the Burbank Marriott on September 7th for ToonCon, celebrate the 20th anniversary of The Batman. And then next year, 2026, on August 28th to the 30th, we will be at the Pasadena Convention Center to celebrate the 20th anniversary of a different show, Power Rangers Mystic Force, because its 20th anniversary is also coming up. And yes, all that and more. We love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to stay safe and hydrated. Enjoy your Saturday and Sunday, and we'll see you again next. Have a good one. Bye.
Guys.